Hi there, I'm Sally Stubbs. Please call me Sally, and I am delighted to be speaking with you again and spending these next few minutes together. So hey, let's make these next few minutes together really and truly valuable. Let me give you something, an absolute diamond gem for you to think about, so that you can work with what I'm going to speak with you about and share with you now. You can let that work with you in your life, bringing you that true and authentic inner peace within yourself, bringing for you that authentic happiness in your own skin, the ability to celebrate your life and the life of others. Okay, so I have been in full-time clinical practice now for over 33 years. I love it, and I am a hypnotherapist and psychotherapist. I am not a traditional hypnotherapist. What a traditional hypnotherapist has done for a couple of centuries now, and even in the present day has used strategies which were an attempt to control the mind of their patient or their client. The truth is that that kind of therapeutic intervention does not work lastingly at all. And so there is this movement of a hypnotherapist like myself with my kind of strategies, which I've mentioned to you before. I've put them all together and I've called them Rapha, after the Hebrew master of healing. And this kind of healing, which may seem strange, puts the authority and the control back within the individual self. And that is my vision for each and every one of us, to restore that inner autonomy, that inner control, where within us we bring healing to ourself. My work does not import any kind of authoritarian command, any kind of prescription. For example, I would never say to anybody I'm working with, close your eyes. We don't need to close our eyes to do inner healing work. I don't even use the word relax. I do not import advice into any therapeutic intervention that I do intensively, privately, one-to-one, or on my Rapha audio therapy healing courses, which, hey, go and have a look at those. They're amazing and bringing about amazing results now globally. So that's sally-stubbs.com or sally-stubbs.com. There's loads of great stuff for you there on our website. So that's the focus of my work, in assisting individuals to restore the locus of control to their true, authentic, pristine self, so that healing enables the pristine self to be words such as kind, generous, caring, sharing, and also to create good, healthy boundaries and the ability to say no. The absolute core of my work for over 30 years has been to free and heal the wounded child within. Very briefly, what happens in earlier years of life when we experience a trauma, and traumas are not mathematical, A child can experience trauma by a big person, an important adult, slamming a door in that child's face, to, of course, the awful, horrific stories that I personally hear and that we all hear about when children are seriously abused and even tortured. But in trauma, what a fragment of ourself, our child self, will do is freeze time. And we freeze a moment in time right on the edge of the worst moments of trauma. Those frozen moments in time will circle endlessly. Frozen moments going round and round and round, deep within the worlds of the unconscious mind. And those moments were scary, frightening, if not terrifying. So deep within the mind is replaying continuously that fear, which will result, maybe even many years later than that actual trauma, will result in symptoms that so many of us suffer from day in and day out. What I like to call the mind emotional Groundhog Day, the same damn thing over and over and over again. The tossing and turning at night, the sleeplessness, the inability to say no to food, the phobias, the stressing and worrying, the being doormatted, the depressions and anxieties. Those present day symptoms were born in a fragment of our child self. The child self will not respond to us as individuals saying to ourselves, close your eyes and relax, because that child self is in a state of fear. Absolutely, it is great for us all to do our meditations for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, several hours, to meditate that we're a beautiful tree, we're secure in the earth, to meditate that we're a precious diamond, to meditate that we're a star or a candle flame. That is amazingly good healing temporarily, because what happens when a child is traumatized, freezes that moment in time in a fearful state, that fear within our body will create a chronic state of us having a neurotransmitter called cortisol within our system, which is so unhealthy for us and can indeed lead to disease, sadly, of the body. But having our 20 minutes meditation is really good, because what the brain will do will start to change the neurotransmitters. We have more serotonins, more acetylcholine. The body then is reverting in those 20 minutes to a healthier state. And yet, deep within our mind, within our consciousness, is still a fragment of ourself that is frozen in a moment of fear. What we need to do is to connect with that child fragment of ourself. And we need a very specific language to do that, to connect authentically. The language is a clean language. The language is the language of the child. The child does communicate so often, and communicates with metaphors, with symbols, with puns, with legends. But that child will not be told to relax and you're safe now, several years later after the trauma, or a lifetime after the trauma. The child needs to be communicated with, because what's happened in the child fragment is Condensed is our inner, pure, pristine strengths and resources that originally will have belonged to the child before he or she was traumatized. In communicating cleanly with the child fragment of self will find his or her own resources, which will assist that movement of time and healing on up into this present time, where that fragment of the child will now be able to begin to feel safe. Time cannot be moved on, because the next moment can move that child into trauma, and even the slamming of a door in a child's face for a young child can be so dangerous. So it's a careful negotiation. Well, I hope I've absolutely made sense with you. I've enjoyed spending these moments with you. This is, you've probably noticed, my absolute passion to free and heal the wounded child within us all. I took that journey many years ago with two of my greatest teachers on this planet. Those two teachers in particular, psychotherapists, hypnotherapists, one of them's a neuroscientist, knew that a therapist cannot take authority over the fragment of self that was wounded. Please be in touch with me, debate with me, ask me questions. I love getting your emails, and I am fervent about these innovations, these strategies that will bring about authentic healing for all of us. Talk to you again soon. Bye for now.